God's chosen one, pay attention, or you will regret every breath you take. Do not look away. Something sacred is unfolding around you right now, and heaven does not want you to miss it. This moment is not ordinary, and these words are not meant to pass by your ears like distant noise. God is calling gently but urgently, because the life ahead of you is shifting in ways your heart has been longing for. Every step you have taken, every silent tear you have carried, and every quiet prayer whispered in the dark has brought you to this moment. God sees the hidden battles that no one else notices, and His loving attention has never left your side. His voice now reaches toward you with warmth and authority, reminding you that what is about to unfold requires your full attention. Type Amen if you believe. You are not reading these words by accident. God has been guiding your path in ways that seemed invisible at first. Many times it felt like nothing was changing, like the silence around your life was growing heavier. Yet heaven was quietly working in places you could not see. God was shaping your spirit, strengthening your patience, and preparing your heart for a season that carries deep purpose. There were days when doubt tried to enter your mind. There were moments when exhaustion made you feel forgotten. Still, the love of God remained steady and unshaken. His presence stayed close, even when circumstances seemed cold and empty. The truth is simple and powerful. God never abandoned you for a single second. Take a gentle moment and support this video by liking it, because this small act helps this light reach someone else who desperately needs encouragement today. Your life carries meaning far beyond what the world has told you. God chose you long before you understood your own worth. He looked at your heart, not your mistakes. He saw your sincerity, not your weakness. That is why His voice is calling you now with such urgency. Pay attention does not mean living in fear. It means opening your heart to the quiet direction of heaven. God wants you alert, because blessings often arrive quietly before they become visible. The season approaching your life will require faith, awareness, and courage. If you allow distractions to fill your days, you may overlook the doors that God is placing before you. The chosen path is not always loud or dramatic. Sometimes it is gentle and calm, like a warm breeze that passes through your spirit. God guides through peace. He guides through small moments that seem ordinary but carry deep meaning. A conversation, a sudden thought, a peaceful feeling in your heart. These are often the quiet fingerprints of God working around you. Type 1111 if you trust in God. The reason heaven urges you to pay attention is not because God wishes to threaten you. His words come from love, not anger. A loving father calls his child to be careful when something important is near. God sees the future clearly, and He understands how easily people can miss the blessings that were meant for them. Your life has not been random. Even the struggles that once confused you were shaping your spirit. Hard seasons softened your heart. Waiting seasons strengthened your faith. Painful seasons deepened your compassion for others. Nothing was wasted. God uses every chapter to prepare the next one. You may not yet realize how much you have grown. The person you are today carries wisdom that did not exist before. Your endurance has quietly become strength. Your prayers have quietly become power. Your faith has quietly become a light that can guide others. God is preparing to move in ways that will surprise you. The doors ahead will not always look the way you imagined. Sometimes blessings arrive through paths that seem small at first. A simple opportunity can become a life-changing turning point. A quiet connection can become a source of healing and purpose. This is why heaven says, do not look away. Attention is the doorway through which many blessings enter. When your heart is aware, you begin to notice the gentle guidance of God in everyday life. You begin to see His kindness hidden within ordinary moments. There will be days when you feel uncertain again, Even strong faith can face moments of confusion, yet remember this truth. God did not call you chosen because you are perfect. He called you chosen because your heart is willing to keep walking with Him. You are still learning, still growing, still becoming the person God designed you to be. That journey matters deeply to heaven. Every small step of faith brings light into your life and into the lives of others around you. People everywhere are suddenly talking about a strange 7-second CIA ritual, a brainwave technique that reportedly leaked from classified CIA research is now spreading across the world. Scientists say this short practice may activate a hidden prosperity center in the brain that most people never use. Thousands claim it has already helped them attract wealth, live their dream life, and enjoy luxury vacations they once thought were impossible. If you are seeing this now, consider yourself lucky, because the page could disappear at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to learn the secret before it is removed. God's chosen ones often walk through seasons where their purpose feels hidden. It can feel like standing in a quiet field before the sunrise. Everything looks still and dark, yet the light is already preparing to rise beyond the horizon. Your life is standing in that kind of moment. The dawn is closer than you think. God wants your eyes open so you will recognize the light when it appears. Blessings often arrive disguised as simple beginnings. Healing often starts quietly within the heart before it becomes visible in life. Your spirit is being guided toward peace, purpose, and restoration. The love of Jesus continues to surround you with gentle strength. His compassion walks beside you every day, reminding you that grace is stronger than every mistake. God has been watching every step you have taken. He has seen the nights when your heart felt heavy and the days when you tried to stay strong even while carrying silent burdens. Nothing about your story has been invisible to Him. Every tear that fell in private, every moment when you chose patience instead of anger, and every prayer spoken with trembling faith has been recorded in the loving heart of God. Many people walk through life feeling unnoticed. They wonder if anyone truly understands the depth of what they have endured. Yet God sees beyond appearances. He looks at the hidden strength within your spirit. He understands the courage it took for you to keep moving forward even when life felt uncertain. This is why heaven calls you chosen. Not because you have lived a life without struggle, but because your heart continued to seek light even when darkness surrounded you. God honors that kind of perseverance. He treasures the quiet loyalty that stays faithful through difficult seasons. Type 1212 if you walk by faith. There is a powerful truth unfolding within your life right now. God has been preparing you slowly and carefully for a new chapter that carries deeper meaning. Preparation does not always feel exciting while it is happening. Many times it feels like waiting. Many times it feels like silence. Yet those quiet seasons are often the moments when God is shaping the strongest foundations within a person. Imagine a tree growing deep roots beneath the soil. The surface may look still, yet below the ground those roots are spreading wide and strong. When storms arrive, the tree remains standing because its strength was built in places no one could see. Your life has been experiencing that kind of preparation. Every challenge you faced was strengthening your spiritual roots. Every delay was teaching your heart patience and trust. Every difficult season was quietly shaping a deeper wisdom inside you. God does not waste pain. He transforms it into strength that carries you into a brighter future. You may not yet realize how much courage has grown within you. At times you may still see yourself through the lens of old fears or past mistakes, yet God sees the person you are becoming. He sees the compassion that has grown in your heart. He sees the resilience that now lives within your spirit. The reason heaven asks you to pay attention is because the next steps in your journey require awareness. Blessings often arrive quietly before they become visible. Opportunities sometimes appear in simple forms that can easily be overlooked if the heart is distracted. God is gently guiding your path toward healing and purpose. The road ahead may not always be easy, yet it will carry meaning that touches many lives. Your story has the power to bring hope to people who feel lost or discouraged. Your journey will remind others that faith can still grow even after painful seasons. Type 777 if you trust Jesus. Jesus understands every emotion that lives within the human heart. His compassion reaches into the deepest places of your life. He knows what it feels like to face rejection, loneliness, and misunderstanding. That is why his love carries such powerful healing. When you feel tired, his presence becomes your strength. When you feel uncertain, his peace becomes your guide. When you feel overwhelmed, his gentle voice reminds you that you are never walking alone. The love of Jesus does not rush you or pressure you. His guidance flows with patience and kindness. He walks beside you step by step, teaching your heart to trust again, even after disappointment has left scars. Your life is not defined by the chapters that hurt you. God is writing a new chapter that carries restoration and hope. The story of your life is still unfolding, and heaven has not finished shaping the beautiful purpose that rests within you. There will be moments ahead when you suddenly recognize how far you have come. You will see situations that once felt impossible begin to shift in unexpected ways. Doors that once seemed closed may slowly open. Relationships that once felt distant may begin to heal. Opportunities that once felt unreachable may suddenly appear within your path. God works in ways that often surprise the human heart. His timing is gentle but precise. What feels slow from a human perspective is often perfect from the view of heaven. The invitation from God remains simple. Stay aware, stay hopeful, stay connected to the quiet peace that his presence places within your spirit. That peace is often the compass that guides chosen ones through uncertain seasons. You do not need to have every answer about the future. Faith does not require perfect understanding. Faith simply means continuing to walk with God even when the full picture has not yet appeared. Your journey with God is growing deeper. Each day, your heart becomes more sensitive to his gentle guidance. Each day, your spirit becomes more open to the quiet miracles that unfold in everyday life. Miracles do not always appear as dramatic moments that shake the world. Sometimes they appear as healing that slowly enters the heart. Sometimes they appear as new courage rising within a person who once felt defeated. Sometimes they appear as peace replacing anxiety in places that once felt overwhelming. Those kinds of miracles are unfolding within your life, even now. A powerful 7-second brainwave method, once stored inside classified files, is now reaching the public. Many people are calling it the 30-second miracle because of how quickly it can be done. According to researchers, it stimulates a dormant brain region linked to prosperity and opportunities. Thousands of users say it has already helped them attract wealth, live their dream life, and take luxury vacations around the world. If you are seeing this message, you arrived at the right moment because the information may not stay online for long. Click the link in the description and comments to discover the technique before it disappears again. God's chosen ones are often prepared through patience. Heaven understands that a strong and compassionate heart can only grow through real experience. The lessons you have lived through are now becoming wisdom that will guide you and others in the future. The path ahead will bring moments of clarity that feel deeply comforting. You will begin to understand why certain doors closed. You will begin to see why certain delays were necessary. God was protecting you from paths that could not carry your true purpose. The road being prepared for you now carries peace, growth, and quiet fulfillment. It is a path that will allow your spirit to breathe again. It will allow your heart to rediscover hope that may have felt distant for a long time. Remember this truth, gently resting within your life. God never calls someone chosen without also walking beside them through every step of the journey. His love surrounds you, even during moments when you cannot feel it clearly. The future unfolding before you carries light that your heart has been longing to see. Stay attentive to the quiet guidance that God places within your spirit. Stay open to the unexpected blessings that may appear in simple forms. Many people think that being chosen by God means life becomes easy. They imagine that the road will always be smooth and the sky will always remain clear, yet the truth is deeper and more beautiful. Chosen ones are often prepared through patience, through quiet endurance, and through moments where they must trust God, even when answers do not appear quickly. You have already walked through many of those moments. There were days when your strength felt small. There were nights when your thoughts became heavy and your heart longed for comfort. Yet even in those fragile moments, you continued to believe that God had not forgotten you, that quiet faith is precious to heaven. God sees the sincerity of your spirit. He knows that your heart desires peace, goodness, and purpose. That is why He continues to guide your steps, even when you cannot clearly see the path ahead. His love moves gently through your life, like a steady light that never fades. Type yes to affirm. There are times when God allows silence to remain around you for a season. This silence is not rejection. It is preparation. Just as the earth rests before new growth begins, the soul also passes through seasons where God is quietly preparing the next chapter. During these moments, your heart learns patience. Your spirit becomes stronger. Your faith grows deeper roots. God is never wasting time when He allows these seasons to unfold. Every day of waiting is building something meaningful within you. One day you will look back and realize that those quiet seasons were shaping the strength that now lives within your spirit. You will see that God was protecting you from paths that could not carry your true purpose. You will understand that His timing was always guided by love. God's chosen ones are often guided in ways that seem small at first. A simple opportunity can become the doorway to a new direction. A peaceful thought can become the beginning of healing. A single act of kindness can open a path that touches many lives. Heaven often works through gentle beginnings. What appears small in the present can grow into something deeply meaningful with time. God understands the full picture of your life. He knows how each step connects to the next. Your heart may still carry memories of difficult moments. There may be chapters in your past that brought disappointment or confusion, yet those chapters do not define your future. God sees beyond them. He sees the strength that those experiences created inside you. Pain has a way of teaching compassion, struggle has a way of teaching wisdom, waiting has a way of teaching faith. All of these qualities now live quietly within your spirit. This is why heaven asks you to pay attention. God is guiding you toward a season where your experiences will begin to reveal their purpose. The things you once thought were losses will slowly transform into lessons that guide others. Type 222 to claim miracles. Miracles are not always loud events that appear suddenly in front of crowds. Often they begin quietly inside the heart. Healing may start as a gentle peace replacing old anxiety. Hope may begin as a small spark inside a spirit that once felt tired. These quiet miracles are powerful. They reshape the way a person sees life. They bring new courage to walk forward even after difficult seasons. They remind the heart that God's love continues to work even when circumstances look uncertain. Jesus understands the journey of every human soul. His compassion flows toward people who feel weary, confused, or forgotten. His presence brings comfort that reaches deep into the hidden places of the heart. When you feel weak, His strength surrounds you. When you feel alone, His presence walks beside you. When you feel unsure about the future, His peace gently reminds you that God is still guiding your path. There will be moments ahead when you recognize how carefully God has been protecting your life. Situations that once felt painful will reveal hidden blessings. Delays that once frustrated your heart will reveal deeper wisdom. God does not rush the process of transformation. True growth takes time. Just as a seed slowly becomes a tree, the soul slowly becomes stronger through experience and faith. Your life is moving toward a season where clarity will begin to replace confusion. The path ahead will start to feel lighter. Opportunities will appear that align with the quiet purpose growing inside you. This does not mean every challenge will disappear. Life will always carry moments that test patience and faith, yet your spirit is now stronger than before. The lessons you have learned are guiding lights that will help you walk through those moments with greater peace. God's chosen ones often become sources of encouragement for others. Your story carries power that can lift hearts that feel discouraged. Your experiences can bring comfort to people who believe they are walking alone. A little-known morning ritual that lasts only 7 seconds was once hidden in CIA documents. Now it is resurfacing, and people are already reporting sudden financial improvements. Backed by neuroscience, this simple practice may activate a hidden wealth center in the brain that most individuals never tap into. Many say it has already helped thousands attract wealth, live their dream life, and enjoy luxury vacations. If you found this message today, you may be among the few seeing it before it vanishes. Click the link in the description and comments to access the secret now. One day, someone will hear your story and realize that hope is still possible. They will see that faith can survive difficult seasons. They will understand that God continues to guide lives even when the path seems uncertain. Your journey is quietly becoming a light for others. Heaven celebrates the growth that has taken place within your heart. God is proud of the patience you have shown. He sees every moment when you chose kindness instead of bitterness, faith instead of despair, and hope instead of fear. These choices may have felt small at the time, yet they were powerful steps that shaped the person you are today. Each one brought your spirit closer to the peace that God desires for your life. The future unfolding ahead of you carries promise. It carries opportunities to grow, to heal, and to share the love that God has placed within your heart. Your path is being guided with care, even when you cannot see the full picture. Continue to walk forward with trust. Continue to hold on to the quiet peace that God places within your spirit. Continue to pay attention to the gentle guidance that appears in simple moments. You may have noticed that your heart has been changing in ways that feel difficult to explain. Things that once seemed important no longer carry the same weight. Situations that once filled your mind with worry now appear smaller than they used to be. This shift is not random. It is a sign that God has been working gently inside your spirit. When God prepares a chosen one, He begins by transforming the heart. He softens the places that were hardened by disappointment. He heals the wounds that were created by painful experiences. He replaces fear with quiet courage and confusion with growing clarity. This kind of transformation is powerful because it changes the way you see life. You begin to notice beauty in small moments. You begin to value peace more than approval from the world. You begin to recognize that true strength does not come from control, but from trust in God. Type 1919 to receive miracles. God has been guiding your attention for a reason. The future ahead of you requires a heart that is awake and aware. Blessings sometimes appear in forms that the world overlooks. A conversation may carry wisdom that opens a new direction. A quiet opportunity may become the beginning of a meaningful journey. The reason heaven says, "Do not look away," is because God knows how easily people become distracted by noise, fear, and uncertainty. When the heart becomes overwhelmed with worry, it becomes difficult to see the gentle guidance that God places along the path, yet your spirit has been growing stronger. You have learned through experience that peace comes from trusting God even when life feels uncertain. That trust is now becoming the compass that guides your steps forward. Jesus walks beside every chosen soul with deep compassion. His presence is not distant or unreachable. His love is personal and close, like a warm light that gently surrounds your life. He understands the quiet struggles that people carry inside their hearts. There were moments when you felt misunderstood by others. There were times when your kindness was not returned. There were situations where your good intentions were questioned. Yet Jesus understands those experiences completely. His heart carries deep empathy for every person who has faced rejection or loneliness. Because of that compassion, his guidance is always gentle. He does not force your path. He invites you to walk with him. He encourages you to trust that God is shaping something beautiful within your life. Chosen ones often feel different from the world around them. They may notice that their values do not always align with what others pursue. They may feel drawn toward peace, kindness, and truth, even when those qualities are not celebrated by society. This difference is not a weakness. It is part of the calling that God places on certain hearts. When a soul desires goodness, even in a world that sometimes forgets it, that soul becomes a light. Type 1010 if you agree. Your life is slowly becoming that light. Not through perfection, but through sincerity. The kindness you show others, the patience you practice, and the faith you hold during difficult moments are all expressions of that light. You may not always see the impact that your presence has on others. Sometimes a simple word of encouragement can change someone's entire day. Sometimes a moment of understanding can help another person feel less alone. These small acts of compassion are powerful in the eyes of God. Heaven values the quiet goodness that lives within your heart. While the world often celebrates loud success, God celebrates sincere love. He treasures the hearts that choose kindness, even when it requires sacrifice. The path ahead will continue to shape you in meaningful ways. You will experience moments where your faith grows stronger than before. You will encounter situations that reveal the strength that now lives inside your spirit. There may also be moments where you feel uncertain again. Growth does not mean that every challenge disappears. Life will still carry situations that test patience and trust, yet your heart now holds wisdom that did not exist in the past. You have learned that God remains present even during difficult seasons. You have discovered that hope can survive even when circumstances feel heavy. Those lessons will guide you through the future with greater peace. God's chosen ones often become instruments of comfort for others. People who are hurting will recognize the understanding in your eyes. Those who feel discouraged will feel encouraged by the calm strength within your spirit. A rare 7-second brainwave ritual that was once buried in classified research is now returning to public view. Reports claim it can trigger a hidden switch in the brain associated with abundance and opportunity. The practice takes almost no time, yet it may unlock mental pathways that draw prosperity naturally. People who have discovered it say it has already helped thousands attract wealth, live their dream life, and travel on luxury vacations. If this message reached you today, it may be for a reason, because the page could disappear soon. Click the link in the description and comments to see it before it is removed. Your journey will quietly inspire others to keep believing. The way you continue to walk with faith will remind them that God has not forgotten them either. This is part of the purpose that heaven is unfolding within your life. God is not only guiding you toward healing and peace, He is also shaping you into someone who can help bring those same gifts into the lives of others. Every experience you have lived through has contributed to this purpose. The moments that brought joy strengthened your gratitude. The moments that brought pain deepened your compassion. Together they formed a heart capable of understanding others with sincerity. The road ahead carries new chapters that will reveal the beauty of God's plan more clearly. You will begin to see connections between past experiences and future opportunities. What once seemed confusing will slowly make sense. God's wisdom moves through time with perfect care. Even when the present moment feels uncertain, the future is already being shaped with loving intention. Your responsibility is simple. Stay aware of the quiet guidance that God places within your heart. Pay attention to the peace that appears when you are moving in the right direction. Trust the gentle instincts that encourage kindness and patience. These inner signals are often the ways God communicates with His chosen ones. His voice is not always loud. Many times it is a calm feeling that gently leads your spirit toward what is right. The more you listen to that quiet guidance, the clearer your path becomes. Your confidence will grow not from control, but from trust. You will begin to walk through life with a deeper sense of peace. God's chosen one. The awakening happening inside your heart is real. It is part of the beautiful transformation that God has been preparing within your life. There were seasons when you felt surrounded by confusion. Situations appeared that made you question your direction. Certain people entered your life who seemed supportive at first, yet later their presence brought heaviness instead of peace. Those moments were not meaningless. God was teaching your spirit how to recognize the difference between what brings life and what quietly drains it. A chosen heart learns this slowly. At first, it can be difficult to understand why certain connections fade or why certain paths suddenly close. Yet with time, you begin to see that God was protecting you from places where your spirit could not grow freely. His guidance sometimes appears through closed doors as much as through open ones. Type 777 if you trust Jesus. Jesus walks beside His chosen ones with a love that understands every human struggle. His compassion does not judge your past. His mercy does not measure your worth by the mistakes you once made. His heart simply welcomes you forward, reminding you that grace always creates room for a new beginning. The life you are walking now is not the same life you once lived. Your spirit has matured through experience. The things that once distracted you now feel less important. Your heart now searches for peace, sincerity, and purpose rather than approval from the world. This change is part of the transformation that God quietly brings into the lives of those He chooses. It is not forced or rushed. It unfolds gradually, like the sunrise slowly filling the sky with light. When the sunrise first appears, the world does not suddenly become bright. The light grows gently. Shadows begin to soften. Shapes become clearer. In the same way, God's guidance slowly illuminates the path of a chosen soul. You are standing in that growing light now. The clarity entering your life may feel subtle at first, yet it is real. You may notice that certain decisions now feel easier because your heart senses what carries peace and what carries unrest. God often speaks through peace. When your spirit feels calm and steady, that is often a sign that you are walking in alignment with His direction. When something feels heavy or restless inside your heart, it may be a gentle signal to pause and look more closely. Learning to recognize this inner guidance is one of the most valuable gifts God gives His chosen ones. It allows you to move through life with greater wisdom. It protects you from unnecessary pain